Hello students, welcome to Affairs Cloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI, and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, Careers Cloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic appointments and resignation for December month. The session will be quite interesting and important. So do pay attention till the end, as you will be learning multiple things that will be benefiting in your preparation. So let's start. First is, who has recently given the additional charge of the Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh? So Veera Rana, correct? A 1988 batch IAS officer was given the additional charge as the Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh, and she became the second woman. She became the second woman IAS officer to be elevated to the post of Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh. Correct? Second woman. If I ask you who was the first woman? Nirmala Buck. Right? She was the first woman Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh from 1991 to 1993. Next. In December, India was re-elected to the Dash Organization Councils under the Category B states for 24-25 biennium. So remember, India recently was elected to the IMO, that is International Maritime Organization, right? And India was elected under the Category B here. India got 157 votes out of 167 votes. This is the highest number of votes that any country got for the Category B. Correct? And the election for the same was held during the 33rd Assembly of IMO. Where was this held? This question can also be asked. This was held in London. Correct? Apart from India, Australia, Brazil, Canada, France, Germany, Netherlands, they were also, even UAE was elected under category for the IMO. Next, which bank has recently reappointed Chandrasekhar Ghosh as the managing director and chief executive officer for 3 years? So, Chandrasekhar Ghosh has been appointed as MD and CEO of Bandhan Bank, and he will be in this position for 3 years. Correct? Take a note of this. Next, name the personality who has recently appointed as the Youth Voter Awareness Ambassador for Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. He is a cricketer and he will be Suresh Kumar Raina. Right? So, ECI, Election Commission of India, appointed former retired Indian cricketer Suresh Kumar Raina as the Youth Voter Awareness for UT Jammu and Kashmir. Apart from this, national icons were appointed. Two national icons were appointed Sachin Tendulkar and Rajkumar Rao. Sachin Tendulkar, cricketer, and Rajkumar Rao, actor, and they were also appointed national icon in order to create voter awareness. Next, which company or which insurance company recently appointed Smriti Mandhana as the brand ambassador? So, PNB MetLife India Insurance, correct, has appointed Smriti Mandhana, who is the vice captain of Indian women's cricket team, as the brand ambassador, and this is for their campaign, that is Karo Bade Sapno Ki Taiyari. Karo Bade Sapno Ki Taiyari. For this campaign, Smriti Mandhana has been appointed as the brand ambassador, and Smriti Mandhana was honored with Arjuna Award in 2018. Remember this also. Next, name the country that has recently elected the vice chairperson of UNESCO Executive Board for the term 2023 to 2025 from the Asia Pacific Group. That is Pakistan. Right? Pakistan has been elected as the vice chairperson for UNESCO Executive Board for the term 23 to 25 from the Asia Pacific Group. Right? And remember, out of 58 member executive boards, right, Pakistan received 38 votes, whereas India just got 18 votes. Next, then this election was held during the 218th session of UNESCO's executive board, that was in Paris, France. Remember this, where was the elections held? In Paris. And if you remember, in Paris, France only, in July Olympic Games will be starting, and in Paris, France, Eiffel Tower, we have seen the usage of UPI. Next, in December, Rajiv Anand was named as the chairman of Dash Insurance Company. So, Rajiv Anand was named as the chairman of Max Life Insurance. Correct? Rajiv Anand, a non-executive director of Max Life Insurance Company, nominated by Axis Bank as the chairman of Max Life Insurance. Right? He will be succeeding whom? Rajiv Anand, the new chairman of Max Life Insurance. He will be succeeding Analjit Singh. Right? Next, name the country that has recently elected to represent the Asian region in the executive committee of the Codex Alimentarius Commission. Which is that country? It is our India. Right? India has been unanimously elected to represent the Asian region in the executive committee of the Codex Alimentarius Commission. Right? This took place during the 46th meeting of the CAC, that is Codex Alimentarius Committee or Commission, that was held at the UNFAO headquarter. And where is the headquarter of UNFAO? That is Food and Agriculture Organization, that is in Rome, Italy. Right? Next, who was recently appointed as the part-time government director on the board of Rail Vikas Nigam Limited? So, Vivek Kumar Gupta, right? He has been appointed as the part-time government director on the board of Rail Vikas Nigam Limited. Right? Next, in December, Dash became the first women Indian Armed Force officer to be appointed as the aide-de-camp to governor. Manisha Pahadi, she became the first woman Indian Armed Force officer to be appointed as ADC, that is aide de camp to the governor. Correct? And she formally joined her post and reported to the Mizoram governor at a ceremony at the Raj Bhavan in Aizawl, Mizoram. She was previously posted at the Air Force Station in Bidar, Karnataka, Pune, Maharashtra, and Bhatinda, Punjab also. And she became the first women Indian Armed Force officer to be appointed as ADC to governor. And she's a 2015 batch Indian Air Force officer. Next, who has recently sworn in as the Chief Minister of Telangana? So, who is the new Chief Minister of Telangana? A.R. Reddy, that is Anmula Rewant Reddy, has been appointed as the new Chief Minister of Telangana, and he became the first Congress Party Chief Minister of Telangana and second Chief Minister of the state since its formation in 2014. Right? Take a note of this. Next is who has been recently appointed as the 24th Chief Secretary of Jharkhand. So, Lal Biakutlunga Khyangte, right? He has been appointed as the 24th Chief Secretary of Jharkhand. He is a 1988 batch IAS officer, correct? And he will be holding this position till 31st of October 2024. He will replace whom? He will be replacing the current Chief Secretary Sukhdev Singh, right? Next, who has recently been sworn in as the 6th Chief Minister of Mizoram? Lal Duhoma, right? Lal Duhoma has been sworn in as the 6th Chief Minister of Mizoram, and he also became the oldest Chief Minister of Mizoram. Remember this also. Correct? 6th Chief Minister as well as the oldest person to become the Chief Minister of Mizoram. Next, which of the following is incorrectly matched with respect to the given charges? Among these, which is wrongly mentioned? So remember, Smriti Irani, she is not the Union Minister of Textile, but she is the Union Minister of Women, Child and Development. Correct? So all these are right. Just Smriti Irani is wrongly mentioned here. Next, who has been recently elected as the Prime Minister of Poland? So Donald Tusk, right? Donald Tusk has been appointed as the Prime Minister of Poland. Correct? Remember this, Donald Tusk. Next, in December, Mohan Yadav was sworn in as the Dash Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. So Mohan Yadav, he became the 19th Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Correct? Take a note of this. Mohan Yadav, 19th Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. He is from BJP party. Correct? And Rajendra Shukla and Jagdish Devda, they have been appointed as the Deputy Prime Minister. Correct? Jagdish Devda and Rajendra Shukla as the Deputy, not Prime Minister, Deputy Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Correct? Next, who has recently sworn in as the 4th Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh? So 4th Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh or the new Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh is Vishnu Deo Singh. He is also of BJP party and became the 4th Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. Who are the Deputy Chief Ministers here? Vijay Sharma and Arun Saw. Vijay Sharma and Arun Saw are the Deputy Chief Minister, whereas Vishnu Deo Singh has been appointed as the 4th Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. He replaced whom? He replaced Bhupesh Baghel. Next, name the personality from India who has recently been elected to the Governing Council of International Institute for the Unification of Private Law. So remember Uma Shankar, right? She became the India's first women candidate. India's first women candidate who was elected to the Governing Council of the International Institute for the Unification of Private Law. This was during the 82nd session and she won 45 votes out of the total 59 votes in the initial rounds. These elections, where were they held? They were held in Rome, Italy, and we have seen that Rome, Italy, it is the headquarter of UN Food and Agriculture Organization. Correct? Next, who has been recently sworn in as the 14th Chief Minister of Rajasthan. So, new Chief Minister of Rajasthan is Bhajan Lal Sharma, and he is also the 14th Chief Minister. If I ask you who was the 13th Chief Minister, or Bhajan Lal Sharma replaced whom? So, he replaced whom as the new Chief Minister? Who was the earlier Chief Minister of Rajasthan? So, he was Ashok Gehlot, right? And he was a member of Congress party, and Bhajan Lal Sharma, he belongs to BJP party. Next, in December, Abdel Fattah Saeed Hussein Khalil al-Sisi was re-elected as the president of Dash country for the third term. So he was elected as the president of Egypt for the third term. Next, who has recently sworn in as the 17th Emir of Kuwait? Correct. So Sheikh Meshal Al Ahmad Al Zabair Al Sabah has been appointed or sworn in as the 17th Emir of Kuwait. Next is name the personality who has recently become the first Indian to be inducted as the governing board member to the International Table Tennis Federation Fountain. So, Vita Dani, correct, sport philanthropist and entrepreneur. Vita Dani became the first Indian to be inducted as the governing board member to the International Table Tennis Federation. Correct, and Vita Dani along with Jalaj Dani co-founded the Dani Foundation. Correct. Also remember, she is also the co-owner of the Chennaiyin Football Club CFC. Correct. Along with Amitabh Bachchan and Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Next, who has been recently elected as the president of the Wrestling Federation of India? So Sanjay Kumar Singh has been elected as the president of the Wrestling Federation of India. Correct. He won by 40 votes. But remember, his party or his commission or his union, the ministers of which he framed, was suspended till further notice. Correct. Next is name the personality who has recently been appointed as the first ever global brand ambassador of Bisleri International Private Limited. So tell me, who is the personality who has been appointed as the first ever global brand ambassador of Bisleri International Private Limited? So Deepika Padukone, right? She has been appointed as the first ever global brand ambassador of Bisleri International Private Limited. Next, we have seen this. Next is name the actor who has recently appointed as the brand ambassador for football by Sony Sports Network. So Kartik Aaryan, we have done this multiple times, this question. Kartik Aaryan was appointed as the brand ambassador for football by Sony Sports Network. Correct. And this was for the campaign Your Home of Football. Next, who has been recently appointed as the interim managing director and chief executive officer of slice-backed Northeast Small Finance Bank? So Satish Kumar Kalra, right? He has been appointed as the interim managing director and chief executive officer of slice-backed Northeast Small Finance Bank, Satish Kalra. Next, who has recently been appointed as the chairman of BSC Limited with effect from 17th of Jan 2024? Pramod Agrawal, right? He has been appointed as the chairman of BSC with effect from 17th of Jan 2024. He will be replacing whom? He will be replacing Subhash Shortan Mundra, SS Mundraji. Next, which bank has recently reappointed Atanu Chakrabarti as the part-time non-executive chairman and independent director for second term of 3 years? HDFC Bank, right? HDFC Bank has reappointed Atanu Chakrabarti as the part-time non-executive chairman for 3 years, and this is his second term. Next, in December, Indian Olympic Association constituted a 3-member ad hoc committee to run the day-to-day operations of the Wrestling Federation of India. Who has been appointed as the chairman of the ad hoc committee here? So, Bhupendra Singh Bajwa. Bhupendra Singh Bajwa has been appointed as the chairman of the ad hoc committee. Correct? And this is a 3-member ad hoc committee that was constituted by IOA, Indian Olympic Association. Who is the president of Indian Olympic Association? PT Usha. Next, In December, RBI approved the appointment of Chandrasekhar Rajan as the part-time chairman of Dash Bank. So RBI approved the appointment of Chandrasekhar Rajan as the part-time chairman of Kotak Mahindra Bank. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Chief Justice of the Jharkhand High Court? So, Shri Chandrasekhar has been appointed as the Chief Justice of Jharkhand High Court. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Global Brand Ambassador for Hyundai Motors India Limited? So, who is she? Tell me. Deepika Padukone, right? She has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Hyundai Motors India Limited, and she was also the brand ambassador, global brand ambassador for Bisleri. Next, is Joe Biden, president of USA, was nominated Dash as a member of the board of directors of the US International Development Finance Corporation for 3 years. So remember, Joe Biden, president of USA, was nominated or has nominated Devin Parekh as the member of the board of director of US International Development Finance Corporation for the next 3 years, right? So these are your important current affairs for topic appointments and resignation. Now friends, let's move to some revision current affairs that will be beneficial for your learning. Next some other questions if we discuss. Who has been appointed as the president of Egypt? Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, right? Next, who has been recently appointed as the new Wrestling Federation of India's president but was suspended later? Sanjay Singh, right? Then who has been appointed as the ED, Executive Director of ICICI Bank? Sandeep Batra. Then next, tell me, who is that Indian American medical student crowned Miss India USA? Miss India USA 23. Important. Who is she? She is an Indian American medical student. Rijul Mani. Right? Next, who was honored with the Visionary Leaders Icon Award? Visionary Leaders Icon Award 2023. So who was honored with this Visionary Leaders Icon Award? Srinivasan Dharawat. Srinivas Dharawat. Right? Next, tell me, recently, which film has won the Best Film Award at KIFF Festival? At KIF Festival, which film won the Best Film Award? That is an Israeli film, that is Children of Nobody. Next, if I ask you, tell me, which state emerged as the best Khelo India Para Games? Best as in the Khelo India Para Games. Where were these games held for the first time? In New Delhi in the year 2023, and Haryana has topped here. Right? Next is, who was the most expensive player in IPL auction 2024? Mitchell Starc was the most expensive player. Next, tell me, who has won the sub-junior snooker title? Natasha Chethan has won the sub-junior snooker title for 2023. Next, when do we observe the Minority Rights Day? On 18th of December. On 18th only we observe International Migrants Day. Then on 19th of December we observe Goa Liberation Day. On 20th we observe International Human Solidarity Day. On 21st we observe World Basketball Day for the first time, and on 22nd of December we observe National Mathematics Day in the memory of S. Ramanujan. Name the autonomous bodies of the Department of Health and Family Welfare that has recently launched the revamped version of the DigiPharmed application, that is a cloud-based application to provide end-to-end services to pharma institution and pharmaceutics. So which is that autonomous body of the Department of Health and Family Welfare? It is your Pharmacy Council of India, right? They have launched this revamped version of Digi Pharmed application, and this is a cloud based application that will provide end to end services to the pharmacists. Correct? Next, name the first survey vessel large ship that has recently delivered Indian Navy by that has been delivered to Indian Navy by GRSE. So which is that? It is INS Sandhyak. Right? INS Sandhyak. Correct? It was delivered by GRSE. Where is this? This is in Kolkata, West Bengal. Right? And this GRSE delivered this Indian naval ship Sandhyak, that is also known by the name Yard 3025. Correct? And this is one of the first 4 survey vessel large ships, and it was delivered to Indian Navy. And this INS Sandhyak, it is 80% or it contains 80% indigenous content. Name the company that has recently delivered the 250th fuselage of the AH-64E Apache combat helicopters. It is Tata Boeing Aerospace Limited. Right? This has delivered the 250th fuselage for AH-64E Apache combat helicopters, which was manufactured by Tata Boeing Aerospace Limited in Hyderabad, Telangana. These fuselages, these are the primary body of an aircraft or a helicopter. Next, name the app that has been recently launched by the Ministry of Textiles to provide important information about minimum support price and agronomy of jute farmers. Path Mitro. Path Mitro, remember this is a mobile application, right? And it is to provide information, important information about MSP, minimum support price, to the jute farmers. So this was launched for jute farmers, that is Path Mitro. Next, also remember this application Path Mitro is available in 6 languages, right? And the app comes with a feature such as a chatbot that will help the farmers to get better information. Next, name the stealth guided missile destroyer that was recently commissioned by Indian Navy in Mumbai, Maharashtra. What is the name of that stealth guided missile destroyer? It is INS Imphal. INS Imphal, right? And this is also known as Yard 12706. And this was recently commissioned at Naval Dockyard, that is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Okay, one more thing here, remember, apart from this INS Sandhyak, what, as it is one of the 4th, what are other 3? They are Nirdeshak, Ikshak and Shanshodhak. Next, CNSA, that is China National Space Agency, they have launched Misarsat 2 or Aji Yaogan Vixiang Eraho, that is Aji 2, right? So this satellite was launched using Long March 2C carrier rocket. Question asked here is that which space agency along with CNSA has developed this Misarsat 2? So this Misarsat 2 was developed by Egyptian Space Agency. It was developed by Egyptian Space Agency. It was carried into space using Long March 2C carrier rocket. And it is of China. This satellite Aji-2 is also of China. This CNSA is the space agency of China. Next, Dash became the first Indian citizen or woman to operate the rover, that is Perseverance, on Mars using NASA's controllers, right? Because we know this Perseverance was launched by NASA on Mars, right? So who is the person? Name that person who was controlling this rover Perseverance. So Akshata Krishnamurthy, right? Akshata Krishnamurthy, right, became the first Indian citizen or woman to operate Perseverance on Mars. Next, Indian in Space, that is Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, unveiled a seed fund scheme to offer financial assistance of up to 1 crore rupees each for startups using space technology. So right option is 1, that this in space, this is an arm of ISRO only, and they will be launching, they will be provide, or they have launched a seed fund scheme, right? This seed fund scheme is basically to provide finance to the budding startups, and they here will be providing 1 crore rupees to those startups as their funding. Next, China and Dash have recently signed two cooperation documents in space exploration to boost these space exploration, spacecraft development, and construction of space infrastructure. So China is along with which country? So China along with Egypt, they have recently signed two cooperation for space exploration. Right? Egyptian Space Agency is EGSA, Chinese Space Agency is CNSA. Right? Next, which aerospace company or space company launched Zhuk 2 Yao 3, the world's first liquid oxygen methane powered launch vehicle carrying 3 satellites into space? So this Zhuk 2 Yao 3, this was launched by which country? It was launched by China. And question asked is, which company launched this? It was launched by Landspace, that is a company of China, because you could also get the answer by this Yao 3, this is the Chinese name, right? So China country, and if the name of company is asked, Landspace Technology Corporation launched this. Next, which of the following nuclear powered submarines were recently unveiled by Russia? So which are they? These two, right? Emperor Alexander III and Krasnoyarsk. These are the two satellites. These are the two nuclear powered submarines that were unveiled by Russia recently. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.